Hi, and welcome to Tiger Triangle Technologies. I'm Daniel, and today I want to walk you through how to set up a custom domain on Blogger. So recently, while I was rebranding my blog, I had to set up a new custom domain. And so this allows people to get to my blog with my own domain name. So for instance, instead of using tigertriangle.blogspot.com, they can use tigertriangle.tech or talkwithgrok.com. In this tutorial, I'm going to assume that you already have your Blogger account and that you've already purchased your domain name. But if you haven't gotten a domain name yet, I will include an affiliate link where you can go get one. If that helps you, use it. It also can be a great way to show your support. Now, real quick, I want to define DNS. You can think of it as if you're going to call somebody, you're going to search the name and you're going to use that. However, your phone is going to use the phone number or a series of digits. A DNS is similar in a way. It will take a name like tigertriangle.tech, which is more human friendly and memorable, and it'll translate that into a IP address like 216.239.36.21, which works better, right, for computers and network routers. This is called name resolution, and it's a good thing because it would be really hard to remember all those numbers. All right, so let's go. If you are using a different provider for your DNS, this tutorial should still apply. The DNS manager should look fairly similar. First, go into your settings at blogger.com. It's the gear icon. On the settings page, scroll down until you see custom domain in the publishing section. Click on the current domain, type in your domain name, and you should get an error message that pops up with some important information. Don't close this. You will need this information shortly. So there are two CNAMEs within this message. One is standard and the other is unique to your blog. You will need to add these entries into your DNS. In my case, that is within my domain registrar, which is Namecheap. I've bought my last few domain names from Namecheap, and I've had good experiences. You're going to want to find your domain that you typed into Blogger earlier, and that's the one you're going to want to change the DNS for. I am changing mine from talkwithgrok.com to tigertriangle.tech. Choose Advanced DNS from the menu. If you're using a different DNS provider, it will probably look a little different. First, we remove the records that are entered by default to park our domain. Copy the CNAMEs from the dialog box in Blogger and paste them in to create new records as instructed from the error message earlier. A CNAME is a canonical name. It's basically just an alias that points to a different domain name. Now there's a few more records we need to create to allow for redirection from tigertriangle.tech to www.tigertriangle.tech. Just kind of rolls off the tongue, doesn't it? The help page from Blogger provides 4 IP addresses to set up what's called a naked redirect. And no, a naked redirect will not forward people to porn site. Man, get your mind out of the gutter. This is a family show. A naked redirect involves a redirect that forwards a user from one URL to another without changing the address in the browser's address bar. We add those as A records as shown here. An A record just points to an IP address. Remember when we were talking earlier about name resolution. Now there's one last record we're going to want to set up here, and I think it's an important one. We want to add a record that allows for SSL encryption. We create a CAA record for Let's Encrypt. This allows Blogger to create an SSL certificate for our domain. A Certification Authority Authorization, or CAA, record allows you as a domain owner to specify which certificate authorities, or CAs, can issue a certificate for your domain. Now, Let's Encrypt certificates are free, but they have to be renewed quite often and maintained. But the good news is that Blogger does this all behind the scenes for you, which is really cool. All right, we're almost done. Go back to blogger.com and update your custom domain, and this time it should work. If not, there are some helpful troubleshooting tips in the help page. Remember to enable redirect domain, HTTPS availability, and HTTPS redirect. Now keep in mind that this will take a while to go into effect, as the domain changes has to propagate throughout the DNS hierarchy. They say it could take up to 24 hours, but I've noticed it usually takes much less time. But don't obsess over it like me. Just check it once in a while. Be patient, like I'm not. But it'll happen. If not, then you'll have to go through the troubleshooting tips, but just give it some time. And that's it. So if you made it this far, congratulations. I hope you found this helpful. Alright, so quick recap. You've signed up for Blogger, you purchased your domain name. Now you go into Blogger settings and you click on custom domain. That's going to give you the information you need. Now you'll go into your DNS and you'll add the records specified in the Blogger help file. Then you'll go back to Blogger settings and click on custom domain and just walk through that and finish it up. And then give it some time and you'll have your custom domain on Blogger.